Hello and welcome to the wild world of Planet X, where extreme sports rule. I'm your host, Crystal Fambrini. Our premiere coverage of the Planet X Winter Games from Australia is packed with extreme skiing and snowboarding action. Here's a taste of what is coming up right here on Planet X.
Planet X hits the air on the Olympic Network. We hit the slopes of Perisher Blue for the 2001 Planet X Winter Games. Athletes from all over the world gathered to battle it out in the terrain parks, halfpipe, and of course the big air events. Today on the show, we're X-raying Canadian snowboarder Jonas Gwyn. Check out the unbelievable conditions at the Sprite Sessions event in Thredbo and tune in to the big sound of Super Heist.
When we come back, we'll hit the snow of Australia for the Planet X Winter Games. Hang out for the action. It's now time to head down under and check out the action of the Ski Big Air event.
Based on original freestyle ski jumping, the Big Air competition is developed with the equipment and advanced styles of the riders. The new twin-tip skis allow competitors to take off and land backwards, expanding the range of tricks possible. Skiers are now doing spins with flips that are off a vertical axis, with names like the corkscrew and misty flips. Tricks like these are the hardest and will score high points with the judges.
Awesome scenes looking across Perisher Blue's front valley for the 2001 Planet X Winter Games. Some of the best snow conditions seen in Australia so far. This is the Big Air ski event. The skiers warming up and limbering up at the top of the mountain, fully focused to hit the 40-foot kicker. First skier out of the gates from the United States of America, this is Josh Lubeck.
All right, let's have a look at Josh coming in for his first trick of the day on this great aerial site. Starts off the jump with a big corked up 720, good landing. That should score well with the judges, Mick.
Now you see the new school flavour coming in here, all corked out and spinning around, not the straight leg type aerial skiing. And Josh Lubeck sticking a big one right there.
Yeah, you can see he tried to get the skis crossed up, spotting the landing, good landing there. Yeah, he'll score well with the judges there.
Yeah, it's a good jump, just D-spin 720. It's corking, like just cork 720 kind of thing.
Huge crowds on hand to check out the action here at the Big Air ski event. And they'll all be supporting this guy, the local, Mark Strzelecki.
All right, let's see what Mark's going to do here, Mick. Comes into the big kicker. Let's see the takeoff. Misty flip 720. Good landing, good execution. That'll score well with the judges.
Now let's have a look at that again in the replay. He actually throws the first part of this flip forward. It must be hard to see the landing for this one, Topper.
The Misty flip is the hardest trick in the book because you're blind for the first rotation. It is critical to get it around, spot your landing, get the skis down and nail it.
And he does it with style, stomping it with ease.
Yeah, it was pretty big yesterday. They sort of chopped it down. It's a bit smoother now, a bit less hang time, but it's kicking. It's sweet as.
The next skier is another local boy here at Perisher, the wild kid of the mountain, known as Skinner. It's Ben Murphy.
All right, let's see what Skinner Murphy's got in line for us today. He's been sweeping everything before us this year in freeride. What are we going to see here? Great takeoff, nice tail grab, cork 720, little back seat on the landing. That'll cost him with the judges.
Yeah, he overcooked it a little bit. He had the tuck coming in for maximum speed off the top and gets a solid grab on there.
Yeah, have a look at the way he crossed the skis up, reached down, grabbing onto the ski. He held it for a long time. The judges will notice that, but the judges will also notice that landing too.
Yeah, I was a little bit more chill that time. Took it a little bit casual into the jump and did my trick, got me grab. Just floated a 7 cork and landed it. Stoked.
The judges keeping a close eye on the technical side of this event, and the next skier out is the Canadian ski instructor, Chris Eben.
Yeah, Chris is an instructor from Canada, coach of the local mogul and freeride program in Perisher Blue. A lot of the local Kidgey coaches will be looking up to him today. Let's see what he's going to do for us.
So we'll expect some big things here. Nice and composed on the run-in.
Great takeoff there. Nice off-axis 720. Little backseat on the landing. Let's have a look at that again in the slow-mo.
Well, the kids would have been watching that with a close eye, and it looks like he stomped it to perfection.
Yeah, good pop, good takeoff. Looking for the landing. As you can see, he's just a little bit backseat. His hands drop back. That'll cost him a little bit technically in score.
And manages to stay on his feet for the landing.
It's kind of like a real corked up misty flip, and it worked out a lot better that time. Kind of stuck it a lot cleaner than the last time, so I'm pretty happy.
Another Canadian is at the top of the run-in, all the way from Whistler for this event. This is Anthony Baranowski.
All right, Anthony, one of our international skiers here today at the Big Air competition. Let's have a look and see what he's got in store for us today. Slowly into the end run, approaching the takeoff. There we have it, tail grab, Lincoln Loop 360. Wow, that was pretty interesting, Mick.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to break it down for us here. A Lincoln Loop 360. What actually happens here, Topper?
Okay, let's have a look at the takeoff. There we have the Lincoln Loop. There's the tail grab, finishes with a 360 revolution, and just manages to nail the landing on there.
Just a big jump. Kind of just hold my grab and try and lay it down.
Woody Boma all pumped up, staring down the barrel of his jump.
Yeah, one of the local boys, Woody Boma, one of the local free riders from Perisher. Let's have a look at what we're going to see here. Great takeoff, goes for a dead spin, all crossed up. That was a nice trick, Mick.
Yeah, well, that was nice and smooth, very fluent from the takeoff. Check it out right here. Winds it up and lets her rip.
Yeah, have a look at this. He's looking for the vision. This is the D-spin trick, all crossed up. Good rotation, spots his landing, bang, nails that a ripper.
Yeah, everything was perfect about this jump. From the moment he left the kicker, big and lofty, way down the landing ramp, that could get him on the podium.
Good bit of boot, nice bit of hang time. So it's pretty cool. The landing's like just a little bit soft, so yeah, it's going all right. It should be good. Through a few crew thrown down.
Stay tuned for more extreme sports action right here on Planet X. We're taking you to the Planet X Winter Games, where the world's best athletes in winter sports compete. Let's go to the action.
This year's Sprite Snowboard Sessions in Thredbo were seen as an informal qualifier to the Planet X Winter Games.
They're good. I really enjoy Sprite Sessions, riding up in Thredbo with all the boys and my home mountain, so yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's going to be sick.
And lots of spins, lots of flips, it'll be good times.
Top local riders as well as internationals gathered to compete in the halfpipe, border cross and big air events.
It is an internationally ranked event, so riders will come here to get international points to improve their overall standings.
Qualifying for the big air kicked off in windy conditions, with most riders struggling to stick their landings.
Oh, it looks really good. Like it's not too big, but it's still a good size. Not much table lengthwise, but it's fun. Psyched.
The girls' final saw the top 4 qualifiers battle it out for the $1,200 first prize. But it was 28-year-old Emily Thomas from Sydney who proved too good on the day, taking out first place and the prize money.
Today I did a backside 3 and I landed the final one. I was having a few issues leading up to that, but came together at the end, and that's the main thing.
The men's final had the local guys ripping.
frontside roadie, a few corkscrews. See what happens.
The winner of the Sprite Sessions Big Air Men's Final. Number 1 taking out $2,350, it's Drew Heifetz.
I'm stoked. I used the money to go travel around Australia.
The border cross comp was held in blizzard conditions with almost zero visibility.
Not really the most desirable weather to race in.
Riders did the best they could in the horrendous weather, which surprisingly suited the winner of the men's event.
It was fairly icy and only a few obstacles, but it was a free-flowing course and it was quite open, fairly long course.
Katie Brower took out the women's event in fine style, but the cold front approaching Thredbo wasn't about to stop for the halfpipe competition, which was eventually cancelled.
All right, so now that you've gotten a taste of the Planet X Winter Games, how about we meet one of the snowboarders? Here's professional rider Jonas Gwynn to let us in on some of his loves and fears of life on the slopes.
Jonas Justin Gwynn, 20 years old, from Kananaskis Country, Alberta, Canada. Let's see, I skied for a few years when I was really young. I grew up about 5 minutes from a ski hill, which would be Nikiska, 10 minutes from Fortress Mountain. So just always going up to the mountain and skiing, and just saw snowboarding as another thing to be cool and thought I'd get into it. What I love most about the sport would definitely be the girls, no doubt. My favorite trick would probably be going off of a 10-foot kicker, doing a full backflip with a Tindy grab and sticking it clean. To be the best in snowboarding, I think you gotta be an all-rounded snowboarder and be able to ride anything that's put in front of you. And sometimes you can be the best snowboarder at one event, but when it comes down to it, the guys that know how to ride everything are definitely the best snowboarders. I think in snowboarding, my best memory would be probably going up to the mountain and just having the freshest, deepest powder day, over 2 meters of fresh snow and just dust. Just bring your snorkel. For me, I don't think it's really about achieving a heck of a lot. I think it's more about having as much fun as I can, while I can, because I don't think, as a pro snowboarder, you don't get to do it forever, so, so while you're doing it, you might as well have as much fun as you can. What I fear and love about snowboarding are like the same thing, and it's the backcountry of snowboarding is definitely one of my biggest fears, avalanches and stuff like that. And at the same time, I love going in the backcountry for the thrill and the rush of being out in the middle of nowhere. Limits of snowboarding are definitely going to be pushed further. As a sport, it's going to get pushed, progressed. People are going to go higher, faster, further, and it's never going to stop. I mean, if you build it, they're going to go bigger, Winning to me is probably having about as much fun as you possibly can while doing something that you love.
We want you on our Planet X team, so log on to planetxtv.com and sign up. It's easy. You can check out the latest in the extreme sports world, chat with your friends, and even see what the Planet X team is up to. Pretty good deal. We'll be right back with more Planet X Extreme Sports action.
Escondido Paint and Body has been family owned and operated since 1966 and has grown into the county's largest complete auto body shop. Our family of workers are personally dedicated to producing the best invisible repair possible, which is something you would expect from a company that treats you like family. For a high-quality shine that will last, we use Sherwin-Williams Ultra 7000, which is a lifetime guaranteed paint. Call us at 760-745-7611.
It's time to get back to our Ski Big Air event at the Winter Games held in Australia. Athletes from all over the world battled it out, pulling off such tricks as a 40-foot kicker. You have to see it to believe it, so wrap your eyes around this.
We're back on Perisher Blues Front Valley to check out the action from the Big Air Ski event. Epic conditions and 100% visibility for the skiers. All the spectators getting the best vantage point they possibly can to check out the action. On the skier in the gate right now is Marc-Andre Bellevue from Canada.
Yes, Marc-Andre, one of the flying French Canadians that's turned up here today for this big event. Let's have a look and see what he's got in store for us. Approaches the big kicker, carrying good speed into it. There we go with a 720 with a little grab in there, little back seat on the landing. Let's have a look at that in slow-mo.
Yeah, let's check out that one more time. Now Marc-Andre here stays perfectly on axis.
Yeah, you can see he's got his 720 rotation good. Little bit low on the grab, could have done a better job there. I think the judges will deduct him with that. And just as we see him coming around, watch him touch down on the landing there.
Yeah, I don't think the judges will go for that one.
Just did a 720 little can, went a little big and kind of touched my hand on the floor, but whatever.
This is one event on the calendar that everybody wants to get to. The atmosphere is electric at the top of the roll-in. This is Luke Hassard.
Lukey Hassard from Berridale, one of the local Perisher skiers again, former member of the Australian Mogul team. Let's have a look at what the kid's got installed here.
There you can see him pumping in on the run-in, a big lofty trick right there, Topper.
Yeah, let's have a look at that one again in slow-mo. As we approach the jump here, watch the first revolution, skis crossed up to the back, go for the second revolution, there's the grab with the right ski. Little back seat on landing, not the highest degree of difficulty trick we've seen today, but will score well with judges.
Luke Hassard throwing down some inline style right there.
It was a 720s, like first 360 cross and then a Luke hang in the second one.
The Perisher prodigy, 14-year-old Chris Booth is the next rider to drop in.
Christopher started skiing moguls at the age of 10. He is the future of freeride skiing in Australia today. Let's have a look at what this champion kid's got in store for us. Coming into the jump, good speed carrying into it. Let's see what we're going to do. Good takeoff, goes for a D-spin 700 with a tail grab. That was a pretty good scoring trick.
Yeah, check it out. Chris Booth has got a huge future in front of him. Riding with the style of a pro, 720 degrees, gets the grab on and sticks it down.
Have a look at the height this kid gets. He is flying. Plenty of time to grab the ski, tweaks it up, spots his landing. Beautiful rotation there. Oh, I think that's going to be a medal-winning run.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to beat him on the podium.
Up top, I was pretty nervous coming down and came in with the right speed and got a good arch on the end, and I was pretty happy with it.
Check out the credentials of the next skier. 2000 US X Games champion, 2000 US Gravity Games champion all the way from France. This is Candide Thovex.
Candide is our last skier in the gate today. Can he knock Chris Booth off with this run here? Let's have a look and see what we got. There we go, good takeoff, a dead spin, 540, and even time for a tail grab, Mick.
Well, that was insane. We expected big things and he didn't hold back. Check this out, nice smooth rotation through the air, and it seems like he just stalls it and dumps it down to ground level.
Yeah, he had plenty of air up there. Look at the little grab there on the ski, tried to tweak it out, and then we go in for the switch landing. Now that's the big one. You switch land, you score more points. It's as simple as that.
Candide, the undisputed champion of free skiing today, has come to Perisher Blue for one reason, and that is to take home Planet X gold.
I missed my grab, but maybe it's gonna be good because I land far and I land it, and I don't know, it's okay. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I didn't know if I did good or what, and finally I won. It's perfect.
The French free skiing champion Candide Jovex takes out the gold medal. Silver goes to Chris Booth, while Woody Burma picks up the bronze.
Did you catch that comment French-Canadian Marc-André Bellevue made about his jump? I have to repeat it for you just to make sure. He told Planet X that when he was in the middle of a 720 trick, he touched his head on the floor. Crazy. And then he just shrugged it off. That's extreme for you. Well, Planet X will be right back.
This is a very...
Well, that wraps up this week's Planet X and our coverage of the Planet X Winter Games. I'm Crystal Fambrini, and we'll catch you next week.
Planet X is brought to you by Airwalk. Skateboarding is not a sport, it's a way of life. Airwalk. And by Ramp Logic. Use your logic. Ride Ramp Logic.
El deporte de patinaje en línea, conocido como inline skating, ha evolucionado a grandes extremos. Veamos cómo estos competidores nos demuestran su increíble talento.
The course is pretty kind of tight, like everything's tight, so you can do a lot of variations. A lot of people can use their creativity to the fullest, and it's good, it's very good.
I just pretty much do all grinds, so that's what I like to do, and it's good for that, so I like it.
Like, the street course is the best one in Australia ever, so I'm definitely happy with it. So many different lines to choose from to take, like, there's so many different things to do. I get confused, like, I don't know where to go half the time.
Yeah, when I first got here it was a bit daunting, it was really big and stuff, but I got used to it, so yeah, I'm happy with it. It's just nice to ride, it's really smooth, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just nice.
Awesome, just huge big stadium and just hundreds of people around just cheering and yelling.
I'm stoked to be here. It's a great venue, just having the whole stadium surrounding it's an awesome atmosphere.
Everyone's great, mates. It's awesome, brings everybody together, which is the best part of these competitions.
It's not like we're all trying to beat each other, you know, we all want to do well, but we're all just having some fun.
A big comp like this is just a chance for us to all get together, because they don't happen much. It's only usually once a year or something, so it's good fun.
Pebble tricks. Just grind there, so upstairs and then there as you grind.
I did a kind grind on a rail over there, which is pretty death, and I didn't know if I'd make it or not, so I was pretty happy with that.
My favourite trick had to be the 900 corkscrew.
There's just a bunch of tricks really, like the street course is really good. There's so many things to do on the street course. You can become really creative. Every skate has a different line.
Torque slides, fast McNugans, Royales, all these different kind of grinds. They've all got some pretty funny names.
Fakie Bio 720. Pump it in the transition, get a lot of speed. Turn fakie, which is basically just going backwards. And then jump forwards, so you spin underneath yourself and twist your body twice. So it's a 720-degree front flip going backwards.
My favourite trick at the moment is like it's the Royale. It's where you slide between your second and third wheel on the side of your boot. And it's just, yeah, it's just a good feeling trick.
I'm not sure, it's like a backflip sort of thing, I don't know. I did it a few years ago and yeah, I'm not sure what it is.
Just go balls out and just hope that I land everything.
It's just so hard, you can't fall otherwise it's all over. So I'm just giving my best, I guess.
I don't know, just try to stay on my feet and not land on my ass again.
Cuando regresemos veremos nuestro segmento especial de esta semana. No se lo pierdan. Bueno, ahora vamos a nuestro segmento especial.
Well, Activision are developers and publishers of interactive entertainment. So principally that's games. We do games for all platforms, PC, PlayStation, the new platforms Xbox and GameCube, and also the handheld ones like Game Boy Advance. Some of the biggest games that we've got are Tony Hawk 3, we have also Matt Hoffman Pro BMX. We have a whole bunch of games that are made around extreme sports.
It's pretty cool, like the skating, the street section, it's mad.
With the new platforms like PlayStation 2, the graphics are a lot better and you can do a lot more with the game. You can get a lot more depth in it, and what we mean by depth is that you can keep going back to the game and keep playing it over and over again and still do something different all the time. And that's what the gamers really want. They want to be able to go back to the game time and time again and always do something different.
joystick's come a long way compared to the basic Nintendos of the past. So it's great to play.
One of the things Activision has done is teamed up with some of the best pro athletes in the world, and of course Tony Hawk is a classic example. We get Tony's input on the games. We actually motion capture his moves so that the moves are real. And what we're trying to do is get as much realism into the game as possible.
No, I've never been hurt playing these games.
Bueno amigos, desafortunadamente hemos llegado al final de este programa. Soy Liliana Terán y nos vemos la próxima semana aquí en Planet X.
Planet X is brought to you by Airwalk,